Hey, people, for all you people that are wondering how Gramps is doing, well, this 12 valve Cummins is known as Gramps around here. That's just, what we call it. Gramps is a beast, wearing down them tires. Oh, it's barely legal. And, yeah, Gramps is doing fandy dandy. Thanks to that wonderful Redbird. Gramps been doing a lot more work than he was planned to do. Gramps is a planned B truck. Gets used, more or less locally. And then when the Ford breaks down, Gramps put it in full throttle. Put in a lot more miles on it in the last 3 months than I ever anticipated. But smart on my end for having a truck like this is revenue is not lost. I don't think everyone understands why I put $15,000 into this thing. Yes, $15,000 into this thing. And why and how doesn't make any sense. It does. It's a very clean truck if drivers take care of it. Gotta wipe it down. It's all there. It's an awesome little pickup. I think I've done it. Yeah, I've done a review on this thing. A guy just came back from Seattle. This is the truck Gramps towed that thing when it broke down in Seattle. I have a video of this thing losing most of its blood. Well, lost like 65% of the oil due to some kind of dipstick O-ring. My God, man, that one got me worked up. Anyways, well, that's annoying. A little word of advice: don't put your brake controller here. Guys kick them all the time. I already broke off the lever, as you can tell. It's busted. Really good brake controller. Can't remember the model number exactly, but that's the make right there. Still has this little plastic. As you can tell, no one got to it. I'll get to it. Anyway, so that's what's up, guys. Gramps got gauges. Phenomenal pickup, man. Now, if memory serves me well, we do about, I'd say about 24,000 pounds gross. Well, no, not 24. 7 plus 6 is 13, and this truck is about 6. What did I say? 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 6 is 19. So, right about 19 to 20,000 pounds. We could go 7% hills at 65 miles an hour. Don't unlock the torque converter and just keeps pushing. EGTs stay at 1,000. Unbelievable. What did I do? I cammed this darn thing. Has a mild cam. And, that's what's up. Cammed in, it helps a lot with EGTs. The guys who did this, they're awesome guys, but they just can't get their crap together. I'm not gonna put any names out there. They're not too far off. Hey, my people are here. They're not too far off of getting it right, but it's retarded. And here's why. About 2.5 years ago, I took it to their shop, and they worked on it. They went through all the seals. Did a head gasket, like they all leak. About 300,000 they leak, or about 10 years down the road, they just rotten out. They don't blow head gaskets, they just rotten out head gaskets. So I took it in, paid X amount of thousands of dollars, got this thing done. It's a beast. And then I realized the valve stem guide seals, whatever they're called, are leaking. So shortly after that, it goes back in for a second time. Now they changed the valve guides, went through the head. The head wasn't cracked, nothing, so they do the guides. And about 2 weeks ago, finally got it back again. For the third time, they did the valve guides. And it's still leaking oil. Now, last time when we opened the valve cover, the valve stem seals were on top of the valve. So any of you guys that are mechanically inclined understand what the heck happened. Never seated properly. So I'm hoping third time is a charm, and something's telling me it is not. Still smokes a little blue on cold starts. You could tell me piston rings. You could tell me gouged cylinder walls. I'll say yes as soon as those valve stems seals stay put and they're not on top of the valves. So anyways, as you could tell, now something's going on there, and I'm leaking diesel. So I just about had out these guys. I think I'll just do it myself, man. Good guys, they stand behind their work, but when you gotta take it back 3 times and take it there 3 times, they can't get it right, you sort of start giving up on people. Once again, good guys, their work is questionable. The quality of work. Anyway, so that's Gramps. Time to change that intake filter. So, what do you guys want to know about it? It's old, trusty, rusty, whatever, you know. It's 12 valve. Runs good, fuel efficient. It's a 2-wheel drive, so more or less, I don't know if you guys seen my dually videos. I was sort of, as much as I don't want to admit it, as great as this truck is, it's not cutting it, because right about now, today's what? Mid-November? Till probably about end of February, beginning of March, I can't really leave Spokane because we're surrounded by hills. Can't go too far out until I hit a pass, and you can't do too good with the 2-wheel drive. Yeah, I could do the whole Detroit locker in the rear end, which I was thinking of doing. Some decent tires, not some skis there. So I went out, was looking for a 6-speed, ended up with this Ford. I believe I got the best Ford truck the Ford offered, you know, manual 6-speed. Can't say anything bad about it. Decent tranny, even though it's been abused and some idiot owned it because I had 1.5 quarts of oil when I was draining it. Everything's good besides that engine. Yeah, guys, don't blow up the internet. 7.3s are great engines, but they ain't serving me well. So anyways, ciao. Have a wonderful day, guys. A wonderful weekend. I wanted to mention this. Gramps, this 12 valve, has a built transmission, really heavy torque converter. I got the best I could get. As far as torque converter, tranny is probably not the best you could find out there. It does not have a controller, meaning you could select your gears and keep it in the gear. The only thing it has is a lockup switch. It works. But if I were to turn time back, scratch all that. I'll put a 6-speed manual like I initially wanted to when I bought this truck. Save your money. If you tow a lot, forget these whole autos. They just don't work out for me. Now, if you tow under, I would say 12,000 pounds, this truck doesn't have an issue. But because, you know, we're up towards 16, 17, and on average, you know, usually that's where we're up against. You know, 10 plus 6, so 16. That's our average. That's our average weight. 16,000. It struggles around town, burns up the clutches. You know, I do the fluid filter every 10,000 miles. It just, too much materials left in that oil pan. So one of these days I'm expecting that tranny to go kaboom. And when it does, I'm putting a 6-speed in it. I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm doing whatever I can. Adjusting bands, you know, the front one, the back one. Doing the services every 10,000 miles. But I think that 12 valve tuned up, churned up pump, a little advanced timed is just too much for that tranny. It is not a stock tranny. It's a towing, not a Garrett, something along the lines of that though, somewhere in the neighborhood of that. It just doesn't do the job. Now, if you're hauling 12,000 or less, and that's not every day, this is a phenomenal tranny. And when this truck's empty, I love this tranny. It just upshifts, you know, keeps the revs low. It just goes. And as I told you, you know, doing 20,000 gross, meaning truck, trailer, load, for sure, I could do 65 up a hill, you know, 65% up a 6 to 7% climb. This is on the passes. Obviously, if you're not going into Montana where there's a bunch of turns, I'm talking about towards Seattle, Snoqualmie, out there, Columbia, climbing at 65. I do straights at 65 and I climb at 65, and I love it. Gramps is just a torque monster. Can't beat a Cummins. Just can't beat an i6 with a V8. See, there's a reason. Okay, guys, I shouldn't be saying this. I think Ford's getting mad at me and giving me a middle finger all this time for a reason. There's a reason why these Fords are just, especially that one, they're just parked there. Yeah, they've been, that one is a 6.7. It's been neglected. I'm not going to get into it. Maybe one day I'll make a video. I doubt it. So anyways, scratch that. Cummins, good engine. Keep it that way. Can't beat it. Bye.